Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Always do your best. Take action on your ideas. Doing your best means to take action. You can have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon an idea, there'll be no manifestation, no results, and no reward. Get an idea out there, folks. You want to do something? Just go do it. Beautiful thing. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 89, NASDAQ off 8, S&P's off 4.5, gold contract down $8.10, trading at $1,741 an ounce. Silver off 11 cents at $34.02. Platinum flat at $1,611 an ounce. Copper $3.54 a pound. Light sweet crude down 56 cents, trading out at $87.18 a barrel. Bonds up 11 ticks at 150.30. King dollar up 16 ticks, trading out at 80.43. The euro is down 38 at 129.35. And the yen is out there up 9 ticks, getting weaker at 82.17. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so you get a sideways market here. You're down $5. My take on this, baby, this is the turn, folks. This is the C to D of a very large 125-point ABC structure on the way down. Okay, so we're at 1,400. You know, never made it to 1433. I was looking at 1433. The way the market was trading out here today, basically just wanted to give it up. Did give it up. Now, what is the parameter? Okay, so we're at 1,400. The structure, it has a price target of 1285. Your B point on this ABC structure on the way down is 1343, and your parameter inside that B point, you're going to need more than 948 million in order to get the full price projection. So if you remember just how an ABC goes, and ABC down at this point, the first leg down, the large leg, was 125 points. Come barreling down with volume. We go up with lighter volume. As we go into this low again, you have more than the 948 million shares. You got an ABC structure down that will take it to 1285. And the swing low, by the way, out there from June 4th, the bottom of that is 1266. The top of that is 1282. We go over to the Dow Industrials. We look at the Dow. So we have what the Dow is this. Same setup in the Dow. Dow's down $89 today, 12,878. Now the AB structure on the Dow is 1,182 points. The B point is 12,471. Bottom line, you break that with 948 million, you're going to get a price target of 11,872. Now, the 11,872 is going to be problematic inside the context of the Dow. The reason being is that that's going to blow away the last swing low out there from June 4th. Now, let's go to the NASDAQ Composite. So, Composite, what do we do in the Composite? Same setup. Composite got to a price point today, and the Composite was screaming, by the way. Remember we were talking about yesterday how the Composite was screaming? Because what was happening is that yesterday, the divergence was that you had pulled back on the S&P, on the Dow, had lighter volume, rejected the price. Where the NASDAQ was basically saying, hey, it was going higher, didn't have the juice, all of the above. Well, what the NASDAQ did out here today is it got to a price point of $29.85. Now, $29.85, folks, brought it over the price point of the downdraft of the 7th of November. Gave it up on price, gave it up with volume, all of the above. Now, the NASDAQ has a 384-point ABC structure on the way down. The B point on this is 2810. The volume characteristic, it's going to need more than 2.2 billion as it goes after that low. And that price projection, once again, will blow away the lows of June. The lows of June is 26.25 and 27.26 rather, and this price projection is 26.01. So it's a big number. We go over to the dollar index. We take a look at the dollar index. This is what you have inside the dollar index. Dollar index today, rejected lower price. The dollar index was screaming, by the way, last Friday. Because what you had last Friday was this, is that last Friday we had come down very fast. Came down. Let's see. Friday, 20. No, last. Okay, so it was Wednesday. Wednesday we came down very fast, but still didn't have the juice behind the move. We did 20,000 contracts, but the 20,000 was going into 28. Then what you had happen is that yesterday we turned around and we tested that with dramatically lighter volume. The dollar was going to start making its way up to the 81.50. We'll see whether we get enough juice up at that level. We certainly didn't back off that much, meaning that this can very well be a small ABC structure in the way up that wants to take the dollar to 82 to 84, which, of course, is going to keep huge pressure on the markets. King dollar, they can't stand a king dollar. Now, bonds. Let's go over to bonds. Bonds are also screaming, folks. Huge move topside. We did 452,000 contracts today, and you're only up a half a point. Let me tell you something, man. That is a huge number, folks, of contracts. When you're coming into a swing, you get an expansion of volume, it wants to go for it. Bonds right now, the B point on the small ABC is 152.15. But it's not too much of a small ABC, by the way, okay, because it's 6 points. 6 points would put the small ABC up at 156. The highs of July are 154.17. What does that set up? That sets up a longer number in the continuous contract of 161. I think game's on here, folks, and game's on in a big way. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. When I'm talking about game on, I'm talking about downtown. Let's go to Greg in Boca Raton. Hey, Greg, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you today?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
I am having a good day. I wanted to actually, before I picked up my kids, continue on the theme that you were just talking about. And,
okay.
I know yesterday, and I was listening to Steve also, that with the light volume that we had last week, obviously holiday week, and we were looking actually yesterday possibly continuing the bounce up to the trend lines before,
That's correct. I was looking for 1433.
Right, before the destruction. Now, listening to what you were just talking about, you think that game is off and we're looking at
yes.
this week?
Intraday, in my daily news, that intraday, we were long. We caught this all the way back up. We were long. We flipped the positions from long to short at 2:15 this afternoon.
Okay.
And the reason being, by the way, is this. Now, what you had, folks, is this. Now, this is where the more markets that look at, the bigger advantage that you actually get, okay? But this is what ended up happening. On Tuesdays, I do the gold report, okay? And what happens, folks, is this, is that inside the gold report, you in order to trade gold, you absolutely have to be all over the currencies. You have to be over the currencies, and I have to be over the bond market. And what was happening, right, is that I start looking at gold, man, and we've had divergence in gold, okay? But then all of a sudden what happened, I'm looking at Gold Corp, and I'm saying, I'm watching the volume come out. I says, oh, man, these golds are going to do an ABC structure on the way down. So as soon as I was doing that this morning, it gave me a wicked heads up on the S&P. I says, okay, hold on, we got trouble in paradise here, man. So that's how the turn took place so quick. Because there was two...
It makes sense that the volume kicked in late. It's to the downside today. So I guess my question was, what I was saying to the producer beforehand is, all this, I'm listening, watching CNBC all day, and I was trying to get your take on also all this that's happening, also with, all day they were talking about just the fiscal cliff, the fiscal cliff, the fiscal cliff.
Right.
Talking about the market. And, we're heading into December. We have holidays coming up in a few weeks.
Right.
I was curious how you tie it all together with the news, with
I don't tie it together. I don't tie it together with the news. My take on the news, if I've learned anything, I've learned how, you have very good writers out there. You get good news people, but that's what they are. They don't understand how markets work at all. At all, okay? And so you can't tie it in because it makes no sense because you'll basically go broke.
Right. No.
And I can tell you something else, folks. So check this out. What I'm learning now, this is absolutely wild. So, we opened the Tiger Real Estate Fund, okay? And folks, if you want to see, what that's all about, just go into breaking news on the Tiger Real Estate Fund. But I can tell you something. It is amazing to me how many folks, and I'm talking about whether it's attorneys, whether it's associations, whether it's people that supposedly are getting paid money in order to basically know what's going on in the real estate business, and they know nothing. It has blown my mind. It's beautiful, though. I love it. I love it because of the context that, that's why they probably, have such a hard time. But if I've learned anything, it's that you know, hey, just stay right there. We'll talk about what's we can do about. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Dow finished down 89. Nasdaq off 8.5. S&P's off $7. We're going to be right back, folks.